If this video gets how many likes, you'll get a 5th gen for a new daily.
No.
Why? You said you don't want your Jeep anymore. We'll get something different. All right, how about 30,000 likes?
I'm saying you said realistic, so I can't be.
30,000 likes.
Okay.
What is going on today, guys? Welcome back. Hopefully you guys are having a great weekend. This is it. Final chance, last call before we pick the winner on Father's Day. This is your last chance. Today is your last day to get entered to win the Milwaukee gun and the cordless ratchet. So we got 2 winners here. Every 20 bucks you spend on Wrenchworks, this is it. Get your entries in now today, because Sunday we are picking the winner for those 2. That's it, last call on that, and that will be over. Anyway, today we are going to be outside again working on the Peterbilt. The weather decided last night that it wanted to dump rain, which we were not prepared for. Woke up 4 o'clock and didn't have the Peterbilt covered, but we went ahead, got it covered. Super muggy right now. It's actually gonna rain again a little later, but we're gonna continue on with the Peterbilt and try and get some more progress done on that. Second of all, our metal for our extendo forks has been outside, which is not good. So we're gonna actually cut that down first, and then we're gonna go inside that garage, which it is a disaster, and try to organize. And we're gonna get that sleeper pulled out first after we get the fork thing kind of situated. We're gonna go ahead and pull the 36-inch coffin sleeper out of the corner, which, boy, we put that thing in this garage quite a long time ago, and there is just stuff everywhere. But even before that, our garage door opener stopped working. So here we go. Look at it's hiding underneath everything over there. We're gonna go ahead and have to move the Pro Mod out of the way. But first off, we're gonna have to see about opening this garage door. What we've been doing is if you touch these 2 wires together, it will actually open the door. But that's not really the proper way. Where did it go? Where did it go? Just a little hairy homeowner knowledge for you guys. If you guys have a LiftMaster garage door opener, which ours is like the one that sticks over there in the corner, it doesn't come up here. But these controllers, the one we used to have was an 888 LM. This is supposedly an upgrade, but from all the reviews, these things are total piles of junk, and they go out every year or 2. So hopefully, we went ahead and just got a new unit. I think the boards go bad in them. So we'll try and hook this thing up and see if it even opens the garage door first, I guess. Yes! I got worried there for a second. I got worried, but it looks like we're good. All right, we actually fixed something today. I'll chalk that up as a win. We actually so far we're 1 for 1 on getting anything done. All right, I'll take that. We have successfully removed the sleeper from inside the garage. One of the big reasons I wanted to get it out now, especially because we are getting ready to possibly throw it on just to mock up some stuff, but I need to return the Huck gun. But first, before we do that, I want to go ahead and remove these bars. While they are extremely practical, as far as cosmetically, I really would like a nice clean look in the back here. So we're going to go ahead and remove all 3 of these bars. But in order to do that and huck them, we are inherently going to have to take apart some interior in here to get to the back side of everything. So gonna do that just so we can get the Huck gun back. Look at this guy. The audacity. What a set of balls that guy's got. Just landing right on top of this thing, right in front of me, as I'm just getting ready to start this clip, and this bird just comes and lands right on top of this thing. That's why all of these trees are coming down. They're coming down. I don't care. People are gonna get mad that I'm gonna cut all these trees down, but I am cutting every single one of them down. Just you wait. Just you wait. We got help coming in a couple weeks. My pop's coming down. I'm about to cut all these trees down. I swear. I was literally just turning the camera on. God, that pisses me off. Anyway, guys, we got the garage semi cleaned up, much better. We'll be able to actually put the sleeper in there now. What we're gonna do next is, we're not gonna take the interior apart just yet in that thing. If it does start to downpour, I can do that inside the garage. We're gonna go ahead and cut our fork extensions down. I think for now, I'm kind of going back and forth between like 7 feet and 8 feet. I think 8 feet is good because I can always go shorter. I can't go longer. So I think we're gonna go with 8 feet. And then, hear me out. Again, I'm not really sure on the order to do things. The Peterbilt is one of those things where I'm never gonna try and like teach you guys the way that is technically quote unquote correct with any of this. I'm learning as I'm going. So what I think I want to do is try to set the sleeper on here just for mock-up purposes, so I can kind of grab 2 of the tank brackets and a tank to kind of position things and move the brackets. I just don't think I can visually get a good enough idea how everything is going to get laid out and look without actually putting the sleeper on there. Obviously, we can only push the tanks as far forward as we possibly can with the stacks going up there. It's kind of, obviously the stacks cannot go back further than this plane. So the stacks come up right here. So I know I can't have anything to the front of this, but again, it's kind of like the tanks are gonna go right here. They can only go as far to the front as possible. But I really wanna try and lay out the brackets, and maybe I don't need to put it on there. Again, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll go, you know what, let's go grab a tank and a tank bracket and a jack and try and put that thing on here, and then let's decide if we actually need to put the sleeper on there or not. The sleeper is not something I really want to take on and off a ton of times, just because it's really me and Allie. So let's cut the forks down. We're gonna try. This is what I'm talking about. Hopefully this video probably just like you get scatterbrained very quickly, but. See, I'm like walking back here to grab a tank. I'm grabbing here to, let's grab these forks. Let's do that. All set with the fork extensions. Actually made them 9 feet, and I made them 9 feet because of 2 reasons. Number one, you just never really know exactly what you're gonna get into. Number 2, we do a lot of things with like 8-foot beds. If we want to like come behind the bed and kind of pick it up all the way to the front or something like that, or try to like load a trailer weird from the side. Like a trailer is about 8 feet wide, so I figured if we were gonna go 8 feet, if we're picking up something like full width, maybe that extra 9th foot there would actually maybe help. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm just trying to prepare for situations that I have no idea that I'm going to get myself into, you know? So that's where the 9 feet came from, and it gives us plenty of material to make my second extension to pick up trailers and stuff like that. So besides that, moving on, we did go inside here, and what we got sitting over here, ooh, baby. We got 2 brand new tanks for the Peterbilt. We're gonna drag those out there and probably just start keeping Peterbilt stuff in the other garage now that we have a little bit more room, and that stuff's gonna be going right on. Kind of gets it out of this shop too. And then this shelf right here is all Peterbilt stuff. We have bolt kits. We have brand new tank hangers. This is actually new battery box brackets as well. I think I got one. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 for our smooth boxes. All that stuff I just got new just because the old stuff was kind of crappy. And number two, the tanks that we used to have on the truck were 23 or 24. The older Peterbilts had smaller tank diameters. We went to the larger 26-inch diameter. On the newer trucks, basically that means we can still have, these are 105-gallon fuel tanks, so decently big. Again, we're not over the road, so I'm not really super concerned. What I was really concerned with is trying to keep them tucked up underneath that 36-inch bunk so we don't have a ton hanging behind. So we went ahead and got new tank brackets for the bigger diameter tanks, so hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, let's drag all this stuff out there. Let's see if we can't grab, I'll probably grab the transmission jack and kind of jack up a fuel tank and kind of like start maybe mocking up the hangers, the tanks, and kind of see if we need to put the sleeper on to kind of get the whole picture with that. So a lot of back and forth. You guys are kind of seeing it all today. Well, we all knew that this day was bound to happen. Forklift is stuck. My fault, like an idiot. I wanted to try and just come straight up. Should have just backed up. And now we're gonna have to drag it. Oh boy. Allie to the rescue. Yep. Let's go. Don't, just like ride the brake. Don't even give it any gas, just ride the brake. Just a little bit. It's starting to go. It's not that bad. A little bit more. All right. I was gonna say I should probably have been here to hit the brake. Let's hit the brake. All right. Back up a little bit. Allie's towing and recovery coming right up. Good. Great job, babe.
You want me to put the dually back?
Yeah, you can put the dually back as soon as I get this. Here, you want to hold this?
Maybe I should wait.
Now you just jinxed it. You're saying I should just leave this hooked up too?
No, I'm not. Do you want me to move the dually forward?
I should be able to get around. I'm going to keep this right here for the...
Okay.
Definitely, stuff definitely needs to be rolled again, 100%. So we'll have to try and add that to the never-ending list of things to do, but unstuck for now. Look like a boss babe in there, babe. I'll get you another one. They make 2020s every day, babe. Give this video a big thumbs up if you think Allie should be driving a quad cab, short bed, 5th gen. We have been talking about getting Allie something different. And I was thinking, man, we don't need a third row. What do we need a third row for? Don't need a third row. Just get another truck. That's what I'm saying. I'll let her pick any color that she even wants. Set a realistic amount of likes. If this video gets how many likes, you'll get a 5th gen for a new daily.
No.
Why? You said you don't want your Jeep anymore. We'll get something different. All right, how about 30,000
I'm
likes.
saying you said realistic, so I can't be.
30,000 likes.
Okay.
Oh, you want to lower it? You want to go 20,000?
No, you're fine.
30,000 likes? Mm-hmm. That's like every single one. That's like that's a lot of people. All right, you heard the lady. Really 30,000? 30,000. We're getting a truck. 30,000. We're getting a truck. 30,000. Getting a truck, baby. Come on, hit the like button. Fast forward a little bit of time. We have got the sleeper on the forklift. We are actually going to go for mock-up number 1, sleeper to truck. We went ahead and kind of positioned one of the tanks here. We're going to move this out of the way, but I think for peace of mind and just complete mock-up purposes, that way I can kind of get the whole picture here. We're going to go ahead and set the sleeper on the truck loosely. I have another little block of wood, so the cab is kind of tilted up, so we should be able to hopefully pick this thing up, set this thing down. I'm super glad I went with 9 foot on the forks, because it's already proving to be worth it, because we have got this thing almost all the way to the edge here. So 9 feet should do the trick. Went ahead and found some, I got this T-bolt hardware for these straps. I got some nice shiny boys. But we missed some hardware, so I found some hardware. I got the brackets over here, so first step, let's try and position this thing on here very carefully. Very, very carefully. All right, guys, we got her. Well, kinda, sorta. So our fork extensions are sitting right down on the frame, so we can't really go any lower. We actually took out the dollies that were here to try and drop it that little bit more, and you can kind of see like we're still about an inch or so away from the cab being completely kind of able to tighten that down. I'm not really sure at this point. I could either jack up the cab a little bit more to get there and then push the sleeper to the front to kind of suck that in. Obviously you can kind of see right now with the cab being on an angle like this, these will meet, but then you got a V on the top here. You're further away on the top than you are the bottom. So I'm not really sure. The whole purpose of this was just to mock up, and I don't think I can even get the forklift out from where it is right now. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just figuring it out. Luckily, Allie's here to help, because this is difficult for someone who's never done it before. Hey, don't judge how we had to get the dollies out. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Everybody is still here. Everybody's safe. We put caution tape around Reagan. She's good. Guys, if this sleeper did not have a back window, I would not near as much love it as did I. The back window is so good. You should jump up in there and see what it kind of feels like with an actual back in it now.
You took the bed out.
The bed? Oh, that doesn't matter.
Oh, I was like, how do I get in?
Give me my step stool, please, please, and thank you. Man, I can't wait. This is monumental. We don't need a seat. We need new seats.
Is it dark in there?
Oh man, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait. All right, so let's actually do what we're supposed to be doing and figuring out where the tanks are gonna go. But guys, look at how much frame we've got back here. Now, obviously, it's not a full stretch, but you kind of get the idea of how much frame is actually going to be showing. So it is going to look like a little mini stretch, if you want to call it that. So Let's try and figure out if I can get the forklift out or not. If I can't, I'll just back it up far enough and we'll probably just leave it like this. I'm not even gonna worry about tightening it up. Right now, it is sitting where it's gonna sit as far as where it's gonna land on the frame. So therefore, I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna try and put the start of the fuel tank right in line with the sleeper. So this spacing right here, you can kind of see I've got the bolts started. So it's gonna be pretty much right in that area. The exhaust is going to fill out this area. The exhaust won't go back further than this. So we'll use this as a line where to start the fuel tank and then position the brackets accordingly. And if there's one thing that I'm not really a huge fan of when guys set these things up, maybe not set them up, but if you change tank sizes or something, I don't like how the straps might be uneven from side to side. But just looking at where this cross member is, I'm not exactly sure how, like if a strap is gonna land somewhere in here, we might have to actually play off of that. I'm not sure. So lots of figuring out left to do for this evening, but that's what we're gonna do. All right, guys, I think I'm losing my voice again, but we are all set. I got the tank mounted in place kind of where I think makes the most sense. I kind of want your feedback on this. I'll explain exactly why it's placed where it's placed, and then you guys tell me if I'm missing anything, if there's a better option. I've been going at this a little bit here, wrestling this tank up in here, position it where I think is the best. So here we go. That's where I got it. And I now understand why when you see people's tank straps, you're like, why didn't they just even them out? Well, there's plenty of other stuff in the way here. So again, these were the tank sizes that I wanted because they were the shortest and the biggest diameter. You got basically the back of the sleeper, which we do have dummy bolted in, so it's exactly where it's gonna be. And we just have just the fill cap here on the end. Now, we've got the back of the sleeper mount kind of in place here, kind of set where it's going to kind of be here. The holes are lined up. Everything looks pretty straight with a little tweak here or there. The shocks are kind of a little twisted, but what I've come to find out is if you guys look back in here, basically this mount lands right on the two cross member bolts. Oh, it fell off of them. They were right on this transmission jack keeps falling down. Let me pump her up. There we go. There we go. Because now I can set them right on there. So if you guys look back in there, I'm echoing. I'm right on the cross member bolts that come through there. So really, I only have to drill the middle holes. So I got this bracket back as far as I possibly can go. I can't really move it to the other side of this because it would just look absolutely absurd and the tank would have to come back almost all the way. So I've got the tank. It might have to come back just a smidge more, but not a whole lot. So it's pretty dead nuts even right here. And as far as this one goes, this one actually lands on some factory holes that we already had down here. Like you can see, I already have bolts in this one. The only thing that I'm kind of questioning is if you look at the frame, I was gonna, before I knew that there were OEM holes that I could use, I was gonna try and mount this up a little bit higher on the frame. As you can see, it's kind of hanging down a little low. It's not exactly all the way pushed to the top of the frame. But again, we're using OEM holes, so I'm not really sure. I don't have another truck here to check it on, but I'm assuming that the other tanks were the exact same way. They weren't really mounted up any higher than what these were. So factory holes down here that I can use, factory holes in the back, and then this is the spacing that I came up with. It's not exactly perfect front to back, and the tank might have to go back just a little bit more to the back, but I think it is pretty much going to stay right there. Again, we're not doing any kind of drilling, any type of permanent mounting. I basically just wanted to kind of figure this out with the sleeper on so we can pull the sleeper back off. But I'm happy with it. I am happy with it. It's a little bit longer in the back, but again, from looking at pictures, it doesn't seem like I've actually found one that's perfectly level. Depending on your frame, depending on tank size, depending on where the sleeper mounts are, that all kind of changes. And again, if I wanted to try to keep them perfectly even, and I wanted to try and move that one to the other side, the whole tank would have to come back because it'd basically be covering our fill hole. And then we've got our sending unit stuff right in the middle here, which seems to be happy right now. It's right on the edge of this strap right here, so we can't really go a whole lot more that way. So I think that's where we are going to stay and utilize some OEM holes, which will be great. So I think everything is happy right there. You guys let me know if we need to mount it up a little higher, or again, I don't have a truck here to look at, but I think we're good. I think we are golden, because if that all works out, obviously I'm going to sleep on it tonight. We can basically get to drilling those holes, mounting the tanks, running the fuel lines, and then the sleeper's going back on for good. Once we get the frame cleaned up. The frame cleanup, man, I'm just really dreading the frame cleanup, like, to be honest. I really am, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys get entered in the Milwaukee giveaways. Get your entries in, get your orders in. And that is going to do it, boys. That's a solid day's worth of work by yourself, jockeying stuff around. Huge thanks to Allie, as always. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.